Hello and welcome. In today's video, we will talk about nutritious dinner meals that reduce inflammation and support gut health. We will learn how nutrition affects the inflammation process in our bodies and which foods support this process. Additionally, we will share tips on what to consider when preparing healthy dinner meals and which foods to consume for a healthy gut. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, let's start with nutritious dinner meals that fight inflammation. Firstly, it's important to understand the difference between acute and chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation occurs when there is some form of damage in your body, whether it's a scrape on your knee or something more serious like an infection. Acute inflammation is temporary and actually beneficial for your body. Chronic inflammation, on the other hand, occurs when the body remains in an inflammatory state for a longer period and can lead to serious health issues. Nutrition plays a surprisingly effective role in how your body responds to inflammation, and some foods are particularly beneficial in supporting your system to combat and manage harmful, low-grade inflammation. Here's how to prepare easy, nutritious, anti-inflammatory dinner meals, how to choose anti-inflammatory foods, and avoid pro-inflammatory ones, and how to eat for a healthier gut, a stronger immune system, and lower inflammation. Acute inflammation is natural and beneficial. There are two main types of inflammation, acute and chronic. Acute inflammation occurs when there is some form of damage in your body, whether it's a scrape on your knee or something more serious like an infection. Acute inflammation is temporary and, despite sounding scary, actually beneficial for your body. Barbara Sobel, a licensed dietitian nutritionist in the San Francisco Bay Area, says, acute inflammation helps us heal. She explains, our immune system sends inflammatory cells to help kill off any bacteria, infection, or virus that enters the body. But what happens when the body remains in an inflammatory state for longer? That's when you start dealing with chronic inflammation. Sobel notes that the symptoms of inflammation don't always present immediately, so it can be challenging to diagnose definitively. Seeing your healthcare professional for annual checkups is a good reminder not to overlook signs of inflammation. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, another way to manage inflammation is through diet. We asked dietitians how anti-inflammatory dinner meals could be, and they shared lots of tips and recipe ideas you can add to your weekly rotation. Foods that can cause inflammation. Samantha Cassetti, a registered dietitian in New York City, says that foods commonly found in the typical American diet are classic culprits of inflammation. She notes that examples such as red meats, processed meats, refined grains, and added sugars can promote chronic inflammation. According to a 2023 review in the journal Nutritious, ultra-processed foods rich in sodium, trans fats, and saturated fats can also promote inflammation. Cassetti explains that one reason these foods contribute to inflammation is that they are low in the fiber and nutrients derived from plant-based foods that help combat chronic inflammation. They may also affect how they impact the intestines. Processed foods can alter intestinal bacteria and, since much of the immune system resides in the gut, trigger inflammation. Foods that can cause inflammation. Samantha Cassetti, a registered dietitian in New York City, says that foods commonly found in the typical American diet are classic culprits of inflammation. She notes that examples such as red meats, processed meats, refined grains, and added sugars can promote chronic inflammation. Foods to avoid for a happy and healthy gut microbiome. Helpful foods to combat inflammation. However, anti-inflammatory foods affect the gut differently. Cassetti adds that an anti-inflammatory diet is often also a gut-friendly diet because it's full of fiber, antioxidants, and whole plant-based foods. Research shows that higher fiber intake is inversely associated with inflammation. Animal products, even lean ones, do not contain fiber, so consume plenty of plant-based foods such as whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds to get more of these anti-inflammatory foods. Another benefit of these foods is that they provide antioxidants. Antioxidants fight oxidative stress, a known cause of chronic inflammation. Polyphenol-rich 9 foods and drinks plus healthy ways to eat more of them. Examples of anti-inflammatory foods. When you put all these together, what does an anti-inflammatory diet look like? A great example is following a diet pattern such as the Mediterranean diet. Long-term studies have linked the Mediterranean diet to decreased levels of low-grade, aka chronic, inflammation. Start by avoiding excessive processed foods high in added sugars, sodium, trans fats, and saturated fats. Examples include white bread, pastries, deli meats, fast food, French fries, and sugary beverages. You don't have to avoid these foods forever. However, while they shouldn't make up a significant portion of your diet, you can still enjoy them in moderation. Next, prioritize a variety of anti-inflammatory foods that ideally will make up most of your meals. Juan Na Chun, a registered dietitian in Indianapolis, recommends the following foundational anti-inflammatory ingredients for preparing nutritious dinner meals. Fatty fish like salmon and tuna, animal proteins such as poultry and eggs, leafy greens like kale and spinach, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage, berries like blueberries and blackberries, legumes like lentils and beans, whole grains like brown rice and quinoa, healthy fats like nuts, seeds, avocado, and olive oil, fermented foods. You don't have to include each item in every dinner. Instead, use this as a starting point for inspiration. Try mixing and matching these for variety, flavor, and versatility. For example, a balanced plate, according to the Harvard Chan School of Public Health, could include some lean protein, whole grains, and vegetables or fruits. Add a little healthy solid or liquid fat on top and you have an anti-inflammatory dinner meal. Thank you for watching this video. We learned about the importance of nutritious dinner meals in combating inflammation. By changing your eating habits, you can adopt a healthier lifestyle and support your gut health. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more healthy living tips and recipes. Wishing you healthy days ahead.